Alrighty, hello everyone. We are starting our third quarterfinals match of the PA Collegiate Speed Chess Championship here. I am Nathan from Shippensburg University, a university in Central PA, and we have an all Philadelphia matchup here. We have Keyvan, who is playing the black pieces right now, from Drexel University versus Jeffrey, a grad student from Temple University. Actually, they're both grad students here. So we have two very experienced people, not just in chess but in life as well. Okay, and let me get this initial position here. I'm just gonna rewind real quick since we got into this game a bit late. D4 C4, and I guess yeah, it's kind of like a London but with this trade. So not like a London at all, I guess. And then it's still a little bit reminiscent of it, except we have this trade of the C and E pawns. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, I need to go forward to the present moment. Okay. I assume Jeffrey here will want to play on the queen side. I assume that's one of the plans here. And let's see here. There you go, the updated timer here on the screen. So they have 42 minutes left of the first time control. Usually in the first time control, the players play about 5 games, but sometimes more if a game finishes up early. A knight on d3 or d6 is usually ideally placed in these queen pawn openings often. And this is going to be a very slow game, I imagine. But wow, we already see Jeffrey up a minute on the clock here, and having a very, very simple plan. He's going to double stack on the c file, put pressure on this backwards c pawn. Although it's not so backwards. Maybe you can push it. Maybe even now. I'm not sure what Keyvan is gonna do in this case. C5. I'm pretty sure you have enough defenders on it, but I think the issue is now you have this not backwards, this isolated d pawn. It could become if you don't take back with the pawn. I guess if you do take back with the pawn, then it's also then you have like whatchamacallit, hanging pawns type of structure too. And oh wait, no, you can't take back because then the a pawn drops. So Jeffrey's asking the right questions here. Rook a8. So to prepare c5, that definitely feels wrong, right? Like you shouldn't put your pieces away from the center. Although his idea is to start pushing his b pawn and maybe even his a pawn, but will a pawn chain like that be overextended? There's more questions than answers there. And Keyvan's trying to figure all that out. Okay, a trade here. So both players have these knights in the center. A big pawn and knight blob in the center here. This knight also applying some nice pressure on the... Oh my goodness. Wow, look at these. I've never seen the 6th ranked defense. That F6 is not a move you want to play. It feels like you got a lot of holes around in your light squares here, but maybe it's just necessary. Maybe it was necessary. It still feels weird to play. You don't like to have knights all up in your face. Okay, both players rerouting their knights, although Jeffrey was forced to, and Keyvan. Okay, b3 here. Interesting. Yeah, so rerouting the knight again, or not rerouting the knight, but yeah, the knight is very well placed on d6. Everything's guarded. Everything's guarded. So it's a very solid position from both players here. But I guess the key feature of this position is just like this pawn. This pawn is just very annoying, is kind of my impression. Or annoying to defend, I should say. Very pleasant to attack, probably. But there's no way to break through or anything like that. So Jeffrey's going to be massaging. Oh, an a4. Nice move because the pawn was pinned because the rook was undefended here. So now Jeffrey has isolated this a pawn as a result. And yeah, this is looking really great here. Rook c5, maybe queen c2, and you got the gun. You got the Alekine's gun pointed at the c pawn. And maybe you can also target the a pawn. So now that's two weaknesses. Two weaknesses in the position. So it feels like Jeffrey can sort of make progress here. He's really good at it. He's grinding. He's slowly grinding this position, it feels like. Very patient play by Jeffrey. If you'll notice too, I am a solo commentator for today. This is the first time that I'm doing it solo. Usually I have another buddy with me. But we will make do. We will make do. Knight b1, I don't understand that reroute. Is because knight c3 and you wanted to trade knights if it was possible? Oh, God. I was so confused at first. Like, I was like, where is that rook going? Okay, knight a4, the in-between move. Open up another square for your rook backwards. And I don't know where this knight is going. But it just feels like Keyvan's pieces are just a weirdly placed. Like, these two rooks, they don't feel well coordinated. But maybe they are. And it's just a very unpleasant position to play, I would imagine. I'll rephrase that. I would not have fun playing this position. Okay. Oh, that pawn's just hanging. Oh, that was just a hanging pawn. Yeah, rook back. Yeah, it's hard to make a move. It's hard to make a move in these positions. So I do not blame him at all for making that mistake, because I had no idea what other move to make other than like a king move maybe. Okay. Defending the pawn. Yeah. So not only have you lost a pawn, but now this knight is on b7. Wait, why did that knight even get to b7? b7 is such a horrible square. b7 is like the most notoriously bad square for a knight, like, ever. Like, you never want a knight on b7 or b2. Okay, so I mean, the one upside about this position is that Keyvan does have a target of this b3 pawn, but Keyvan still has this hanging a pawn and this isolated d pawn as well. Still not a fun defensive task, no matter how you look at it. This c5 square is a great outpost for the knight. Keyvan does have this counter c3 square. Oh, forcing a trade. What a great move by Jeffrey here. Keyvan's going to be... Oh, man, he's going to need a little bit of a miracle to make sure to not lose this. This is an awful position to play. Although, definitely, you know, could be worse, everything considered here. f3, wow. Not letting the knight go back to e4 at all costs. It's not super easy to make progress here. You need a pawn breakthrough eventually. And there it is. A pawn breakthrough. And, yeah, I guess you just trade a bunch of times. And... oh, you're not just trading. Yeah, not good enough in this case. What is the best way? Oh, not doing stalemate. It could. Okay, Vaughn. Quick thinking. I like it. Almost got the stalemate. Almost got a stalemate. If Jeffrey was a bit lazy on the board there, but Jeffrey's got very, very quick mouse skills too. I mean, it's crazy how fast Jeffrey did not do stalemate. He just, like, I guess he anticipated it, which makes sense. But yeah, Jeffrey very, 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 very quick with the mouse there. Okay, this is probably all theory, question mark. This feels like theory. Both players still have over 5 minutes here. And yeah, wow, f4, that looks pretty good. f4. Yeah, I don't know what black is doing. Can you just take? And you want to go queen e1 maybe? Maybe you move your bishop. Oh, not there. But you move your bishop out of the way somehow and get your queen in. And Like the king. Oh, and my goodness, and the rook is also open too. Oh, this is very simple. Huh. Could you just take? Could you have just taken that that pawn? And now you had so much pressure, and if takes, then you could just take the knight. I feel like you probably could have taken that G pawn instead. Um, and wow, this is such a cool position. What is happening? Okay, yeah, this bishop on c8 is so horrible. And Jeffrey's up 2 pawns, but this is not a convincing 2 pawns. This is for sure not a super convincing. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess that was a kind of a natural move. I guess one thing you could have done, you could have taken the knight and then taken this pawn, or maybe done a rook lift. Hard to know what the best option was there. Queen of 6 looks pretty natural? Question mark. Whoa. Okay, Queen of 6. There's got to be tactics hanging everywhere. I just don't know where. It definitely seems like yeah, I mean, not the easiest position to play for either side here. Yeah, this bishop is so bad. This rook is so bad. Keyvan's definitely got activity here. Do you go rook lift? Oh, wow. Very simply taking that pawn. So, and you can get both your pawns back. That's kind of a simple solution. Keyvan is not convinced with taking this pawn. He wants to bring his queen back out of the black position, centralize it. Maybe now take the pawn. Why not? Or do you pin or not even pin? Do you just attack? I think this knight on c5 is very good. It does keep the bishop from developing. I'm not sure what the rook b6 did. Maybe after a potential e5, the rook can swing over and either defend the king or attack the white king. Rook b6 is kind of an ambiguous move here. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Interesting. So probably take. Do you take? Yeah, you kind of have to. Oh, nope. Keyvan disagrees. You do not have to. Beautiful. Wow, what a great square. You don't have to trade. I have a feeling Keyvan's down. Oh no, because equal material, but Keyvan's king is safer. So theoretically, then you should keep queens on. Okay. So it's a good knight versus bad bishop, and we know that knights are always better than bishops. And look at this. Using the pawn to prevent the bishop's development and even the rook's development. Wait, can you not just take that pawn? Why can't you take that pawn? Maybe take it like this. Is it because it like takes, and oh, and then queen e8 check. Oh, but then the queen blocks and the rook isn't, and the bishop's not hanging. I'm not sure why you can't take that pawn. F4 though, that's an interesting move. Wow, attacking the rook. What's the okay? Rook f8, I guess, is forced, or queen f8. Oh, queen f8 though, the pawn is hanging, which is no bueno. Oh, and the pawn pushes. That's the idea. I was like, okay, and now, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, the pawn was gonna promote, and Jeffrey is forced to give up the bishop, and now not only that, it's a 4 Carunos. Wow. Jeffrey just resigns. It's time to bring it to another game here. Wow, both players playing very, very fast. What an awesome position there. Wow. Wow. But I mean, both players held over 3 minutes by the end of that game. We could have 6 full games in this first time control. Okay, an English. This probably is also some sort of theory. Ooh, okay, this is cool. The Kramnik-Shirov counterattack variation of the English opening. Very cool, Kanye. So, c6. Probably you want to bring your bishop back and play d5 is one of the ideas. Although, Jeffrey's not going to give Keyvan any time to do that. He's striking in the center himself. You can't ignore it because then this pawn is hanging and it's a 4 Carunos. So, you don't want that. You probably just take and then bring your bishop back to c7. That's my guess here. Not quite sure though. There's no threats that white has. Okay, opts for queen e7. I'm not sure. Oh, the idea is to control the c5 square. That makes sense. But now, yeah, this knight, you don't want to double your isolate your pawns here. I wonder if Keyvan's gonna care about that. He doesn't care. He's saying, okay, you can take, and I can take, and you can take, and I can take, and I have the bishop pair. I have activity. I don't care if you double my pawns. Okay, h6, forcing him to take, and wow. Okay, so Keyvan just has the bishop pair, and simple development with bishop d7 or bishop e6. And yeah, I'm not sure what Jeffrey has in turn for that. Keyvan also stopped Jeffrey's queenside expansion with a5 earlier. Much earlier, actually, I suppose. So yeah, this is just a very equal-ish position, right? I'm not sure what are White's plans. Yeah, okay, centralizing a rook just makes a lot of sense here. Maybe you can double up on the only half-open file in this position. Oh, sorry, not the only half-open file, but White's only half-open file, which makes a lot of sense here. Black controls the pawn breaks, like, because Black could prepare a d5 pawn break or could prepare a b5 pawn break at some point. They can even clamp down even more by playing a4. So I feel like Black is for choice, probably. And yeah, bishop b6, a very sensible move. Okay, but now you're tickling the bishop. And wow, Keyvan doesn't care. You can take my bishop. That's totally fine. I don't know if Keyvan would take with the pawn or take with the queen. I would assume taking with the pawn because it supports the d5 pawn break. But no, Keyvan's like, no, Nathan, that's the wrong approach. Take with the queen. Maybe you don't want just these two pawns. Maybe the light squares around the king gets a bit weak. I'm not sure. And opting for a trade as well. I'm not sure. Wow, closing the e file. I would not have thought of this. It doesn't look bad, but I definitely would not have thought of it. Wow, king e7 here. It's beautiful how the c6 pawn blocked out the knight, and the bishop still controls the knight's movements pretty well here. Yeah, bishop f5 looks like a natural square for the bishop, but Keyvan just kicks it out. So still a relatively equal position. Not many fireworks happening here. And but they do have bishops of the opposite color here. That's the main imbalance. And okay, talk about imbalances now. b4 by Jeffrey. That's kind of cool. I would probably, yeah, taking seems pretty natural. And I'm not sure who benefits from trading the A pawns, because neither side seems really poised to take advantage of the newly opened A file. So I'm not really sure what it does. And oh my goodness, if you can get a knight or a rook to d3, I mean, that's like basically connect 4. Okay, c5 seems like a good move, blocking out the bishop, but Keyvan's bishop can always reroute backwards. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal here. Okay, bishop b8. Okay, talking about taking advantage of the open A file. Keyvan's like, nope, you're not taking advantage of it. We're trading rooks, and yeah, Keyvan has limited Jeffrey's counterplay, but has Keyvan given himself enough chances to win? I don't think so here. So far, this has been a very, very balanced matchup. I mean, as we can see on the score, each person winning a game. And, okay, interesting. A5. That's a wild pawn sack. I need to, like, insert rewind here. No, I'll do it some other time. But, wow. Okay, this is really cool imbalance here. Okay, so yeah, this f pawn, f5 pawn is very weak, but black has some winning chances with this past h pawn that white has to keep an eye on. It's not so easy. Knight d7, I'm not sure what that did, to be honest. Oh, it controls the e5 square and the b6 square from the white knight from entering. Okay. One thing to always think about are which pawns can be long-term liabilities for both sides. And in this position, all of black's pawns are on light squares, and white is the one that has the light squared bishop. So theoretically, I would be a bit more afraid for black rather than white here. And oh my goodness, here we go. We see the knight attacking the pawn, and it's impossible to defend. Like literally impossible. I don't even know what you were supposed to do there. How are you supposed to defend that pawn? Did you have to preemptively move your knight to like d8 or something like that to reroute it? Oh no, no, yeah, d8. Yeah, I'm not sure. But now Keyvan's just down a pawn once again. We're seeing all these end games here. Well, no, Keyvan, the one game Keyvan win, it was in a middle game, but we see Keyvan down a pawn in the end game once again, and Jeffrey's up 2 minutes and up a pawn. So this is looking kind of dicey, a little bit scary for all the Jeffrey fans here. Okay. You have to stop that pawn. If you just attack it, he's just gonna push it, right? There's no easy way to defend. I'm not sure what even to play it. You know, as black here, I kind of want to just attack this pawn, but I mean, you just roll it down the board. Okay, Keyvan says, I'm going to blockade it like this. Keyvan says, I'm going to have a dark square blockade, and it's going to be very difficult for you to even, like, start pushing. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that move. I guess you're forcing... Whoa. You're forcing white to commit their king, and now you're going to move your king to the other side of the board. Yeah, this knight blocks out the black king from entering along with the bishop very, very well. Whoa, okay. Is a bishop really placed better here than it is on e7? I'm not super convinced it is. Okay. I think Keyvan would definitely be, not would be. I think he is definitely happy with a draw if Jeffrey can't find a good way to continue. Jeffrey has not made any progress so far. So what is Jeffrey going to try here? This bishop feels like it could be better placed, but I'm not sure. Knight e5 makes a lot of sense as just a simple improving move. Maybe you could even target the pawn by playing knight g6, targeting this h4 pawn. Maybe that's an idea. I mean, black's pawns are kind of spread thin, so if you can start targeting them, that could be pretty good. And wait, knight g6 attacking the pawn. How are you going to defend it? Do you even try to defend it? If you push, I mean, now you're definitely going to lose the pawn, right? But then maybe you go back. Maybe that's the idea here. But no, then the king just goes back, and this bishop always guards the promotion square. I'm not sure how you defend anything in this position. And Keyvan doesn't know either. He just gives up the pawn. He says, "Okay, I'll play this position down 2 pawns." Not because he wants to, but out of necessity. That's what he kind of decides to do here. And yeah, when the push comes to shove, that's what you got to do. You could maybe even throw in a push right now. Probably not. Keyvan is sitting. He's just sitting in this position. No forks. No forks yet. Maybe Jeffrey could play e4 at any point and get those 2 passed pawns here. You have to be careful because theoretically, oh man, if Keyvan can trade off these pawns and then sacrifice his knight and bishop for each of these 2 pawns, then yeah, we could see Jeffrey trying to convert a knight versus bishop checkmate. Do you accept the trade? Jeffrey says no. I'm afraid I don't think I'll be able to win this endgame if we go into an opposite color bishop endgame. And so the knights stay on for now. Very interesting. And okay. Yeah, they're dancing around. I'm afraid of this knight getting trapped. This king does a good job of blocking the knight's entry back into the position. And okay, we're defending everything. This could go on for a long, long time. I take it back. I do not think we're going to get 6 games in this first time control. I think it's going to be just 5, maybe even 4, depending on how long this first game is. Okay, knight e2. Not sure. They're just both dancing around here. Wait. Black is going. Why he's going to push, no matter where that bishop goes. Wow, Jeffrey found the way forward. I want to instant rewind that, but maybe during the break if they decide to take the break, because Jeffrey just did some magic there, because they were like dancing and dancing and dancing, and then like I guess the Black King stood too far away from the defense of the passed pawn, and Jeffrey found the right moment to push. That was kind of actually insane. I felt like nothing was happening for the longest time. Like I was yawning over here, unironically. Although more like because I've just had a long day. And these players are here for an even longer day. And okay, we see once again this Queen's Gambit decline, like Slav thing. And yeah. Oh man, I don't like these. I don't like the way the position looks for Black. Like do I have to have this bad bishop? do I have to? Is that a necessity? Queen d8. Okay. Okay, interesting move here. I the Slav is so freaking weird, man. Or like, just look at Jeffrey's pieces compared to Keyvan's pieces. Like, how is this okay for Black, man? Like, how is this okay? Oh man, chess is weird. Although there is this tension between the bishops here. There is this tension, so I assume Keyvan's just gonna take, but maybe he's also considering bishop g3. And no, Keyvan's one of those players that thinks that is cooking. They think ahead, like, because he was evaluating the trade and then f4. It's a very professional way of playing there. Not doing one move at a time, but doing 2 moves or 3 moves at a time. We can definitely see that. What's very interesting about this matchup actually is that I mean Keyvan is higher rated over the board, but is underrated online. So so maybe Jeffrey's a bit more of a dirty player. He's gonna win positions that maybe he shouldn't, you know, and like maybe that's gonna be part of it. We're not sure. And Jeffrey, very nice move, bishop c8. Saying, what are you gonna do with that bishop? I would love to trade bishops here. You know, because that's his worst piece, and this bishop that was on f5, it was Keyvan's best piece, or one of the best pieces. I assume this knight on e5 is Keyvan's best piece now. And wow, Jeffrey's like, okay, bishop e7, do not spend that much time on it, just go, go, go. Okay, wow. Interesting. Wow, Keyvan really pushing all of the pawns in front of his own king. He's saying, I have simple plan. Attack you. You know, simple plan. And I assume we take back with the rook. I don't know what Keyvan's thinking about. You can't take back with the pawn, can you? No. What? This pawn is hanging. Keyvan is saying he doesn't care. But I'm saying I would care. King back in the center, but then this pawn hangs. And you could try to attack, but maybe g6, but can you ever sacrifice? I don't think so. Oh my gosh, king f1, but now you can't even double up on the same file. And you can't even take because that would be checkmate. Wait, this is not good. Wait, the position was so good. I think Keyvan just blundered this h3 pawn and just, you know, did the wrong move at the wrong time in the wrong place. And wow, look at these passers. These two connected passers here, they're just going to be devastating in the end game. I mean, Jeffrey is just up 3 pawns. Is that right? 4 pawns? Yeah, this is looking like bad news bears here. The knight on f8 doing such a great job of defending the king. What can Keyvan even hope and pray to do? Wow, opening up the bishop. How did you can't even defend the bishop here. Or sorry, can't even defend the rook. Maybe you can go rook g4, maybe, but then queen f2, and that's just made because of the bishop. Oh my gosh, dude, wow. Okay, Jeffrey ends up getting a 2-point lead. Oh man, Keyvan's position was so solid. It was just that one decision that really stuck him in the back there in not a good way, like a Caesar from the Roman Empire being stabbed in the back type of way. Okay. Yeah, D4 there. I have never seen this before. Wow, I'm going to have to keep that in mind. This position, huh. It reminds me of a lot of these like Magnus Sicilians with like D4 after knight C3. That's is really interesting actually. And Jeffrey has like a totally fine position. It's complicated, it's sharp. I wonder if Jeffrey's gonna play more games like this. Maybe he's testing Keyvan. He's testing him, saying like, "Hey, what type of positions are you good with? Let's find out. Specifically, what type of positions are you good with in speed chess? Maybe." Now, there's a lot of different things to think about. Knight G3 is wild. Blocking in your own G pawn. Where is this knight going? Where is this knight going? Is that really a good move? Queen E7, Bishop C5, opting for trades. Okay, this is like the least, wow, the least opposite side casting game I've seen. A5, then will B4, is B4 really the threat? And then if Bishop B6, Bishop takes and takes, that's wild, man. Interesting. Not damaging Keyvan's structure and giving this like a Roy Lopez exchange type of vibes. Oh, he can still do so though. He can still take the bishop if he wants to. And Jeffrey says, "Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it." Okay, double C pawns here. Open D file. And wow, okay. F4. Okay, well now the G4 square is pretty weak. You could hop the knight in there. I wonder if you could ever sacrifice. Probably not. Knight G4 feels natural. Maybe Knight C4. Knight C4 also seems natural too. I kind of want to do both. Well, maybe Knight both. That makes no sense. Knight G4. Okay, Knight C4 is the move that he's opts for. I assume you just take. You take. That knight cannot live there. You could triple isolate your pawns and have that open B file. That would be silly and goofy in a good way, or in a fun way. And okay, now we're gonna see the opposite side castling really take effect here. It's gonna really take effect here. Okay. Knight G4 and H. Wow, H5, a very clutch move there. Because if you moved your knight back, it would have been checkmate. Oh, but not clutch enough. You probably just have to take that knight. No. Wait, couldn't you have played F5? Could you have not played F5 there and... Oh, no, but then knight takes, queen takes, and bishop takes F5 was probably the idea. So maybe you couldn't have done that. And wow, look at this. You got the squad coming after you on the queen side, bro. Black's got the squad coming down, and it's not pleasant. Queen E4 looks kind of natural. You're throwing checkmate. Maybe G6 is the idea. And yes, that's what Keyvan says. G6 is the idea. E6. Wow, Jeffrey's shredding everything open. I think you have to take with the bishop, right? Wow, but that's a crazy cool move. Saying, yeah, I'm going to blow this whole board up. Be there or be square. And yeah, the E6 square is indeed there. So I assume you just take, and after knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. But now all your light squared pawns are falling. Can you really ignore it? No, you can't even go F6 because, and then E7. E7 is coming next. Wait, this is super unpleasant. Wait, yeah, this is super unpleasant. How are you supposed to address this? Wow. You take the E pawn, and Jeffrey said, and Keyvan is saying, yeah, take the G6 pawn. I literally don't care. Queen blocks, and my pawns are guarded, dog. My pawns are guarded. What you got? You got nothing. equal material. I do have this weak e6 pawn and this potentially weak h5 pawn, but my bishop is the glue. My bishop is the glue in this position. And so Keyvan correctly isolates his e-pawn here. And wow, c3. Can you ignore that and just be like b3? That's kind of my first inclination. But wow, Jeffrey's just unafraid here. He's saying, yeah, go into my position. Oh my gosh, he missed mate in two because of queen h7 check, king over, and knight f7 checkmate. He missed mate in two. Oh my gosh. And he said he went for the wrong check, one square short of checkmate in two, and Keyvan was able to block it. And now there's mutual weaknesses here. There's this isolated c pawn, isolated a pawn, but then on the king side, black has their own issues too. This is not so simple. And black is gonna start, attacking these pawns, asking questions, saying, "Hey Jeffrey, how are you gonna defend?" And Keyvan patiently waiting, saying, "I'm not gonna take you yet. I'm gonna try to win this game." Rook c5 is kind of my first instinct here. No, Keyvan opts for rook d4, keeping the king cut off from the d file. And maybe rook c4 now. Maybe, but you're attacking the pawn. I just have this weird fascination with attacking this pawn. Rook c4, and if knight c3, I wonder what you could do here. I'm not sure. Okay, c3. Look at these pawns. They feel so weak, but I guess you can't really target them at this point. And white, okay, yeah, white's gonna reroute their knight to hopefully go into the g4, the g5, and the e5 squares, but I'm not sure how you're supposed to make progress with these pawns. It's not so easy. It is not so easy. Okay. Okay. And wow, it feels like Keyvan's been thinking for a while in this position. I think he senses that he should have something, but he can't figure out what that something is. Okay, bishop g4. Do you take that knight? Or are you getting rid of your winning chances by taking that knight? I think knights are usually better than bishops. So I would take off that knight, and I know, okay, I'm definitely never losing this endgame. And Keyvan's unafraid. He's saying, yeah, go play knight e5. I don't care. I'm just going to improve the position of my king, and we're going to play this endgame for a while. Keyvan's like, I'm unafraid. He is unafraid, and wow, he could plant his bishop or his rook on that square if he really wants to. King e7 is kind of a natural move here. Now, oh, he's saying, hey, pal, you got two pawns hanging, dog. And wow, very sophisticated move there. a4, losing the guard of the c4 pawn. And Jeffrey's saying, yeah, well, you may be up a pawn, but dog, your whole queenside structure is about to collapse here. And oh my goodness, he's going for a draw. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have 6 games. Because yeah, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is the 6th game. Okay, we have 6 games in this first time control. Amazing to see. Amazing to see. I think I'm gonna grab some. Do I need food or water? I was gonna grab something, but I forgot what it was. I think I'll just stay planted here and watch with excitement. I wonder how Keyvan feels about that draw. Is he happy that it was a draw? Does he feel like he missed any chances? Seemed hard to convert. Jeffrey had some good defensive moves there. Okay, rook c8. Interesting. Not really sure. So this seems like I'm just gonna instant rewind here. And yeah, just a queen's gambit decline type of thing. All of it's kind of funny to see how advanced all these black pieces are. But neither side has any weaknesses here. So this is a very calm position, it feels like. Although I guess black is asking some questions maybe. Like maybe black is going to triple up on this C file and be like, hey, I'm talking to you, pal. And that's why Keyvan's like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of this pin. But wait, doesn't that just lose a pawn? Why doesn't that just lose a pawn? Why is that not just a bad move? Because bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes. I don't understand why you can't take that knight. I guess maybe bishop b2 and like you got comp. Like I got compensation. Yeah, Michael in the chat saying, I wonder if the pawn endgame in that last game was winning for black if they just took the a pawn and ran it down after rook takes c4. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Oh yeah, the bishop pair is pretty good there. Okay, that makes sense. Keyvan is ready to play with activity. He's saying, yeah, I don't care about this pawn. Please take it. I want the bishop pair from hell over there. So makes sense. Because here, I guess compare the bishops in both these positions. This dark square bishop isn't that good. Although Keyvan is gaining space, opening up the scope of his bishop. Is this rook on h5 a good thing or a bad thing? Not super sure, to be honest. What's the time controls coming up? So the time control for this game is 5+1, and the next two time controls will be 3+1 and 1+1. So this looks like this will likely be the last time control before the 5-minute break. Both of the players might opt out of the 5-minute break. Sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. It depends. But yeah, to answer your question, 3+1 and 1+1. Okay. Bishop g5. Jeffrey saying, I triple dog dare you to double my pawns. I might take that. But I guess it's not so clear. I wonder if there's any knight discoveries. Like you take the knight and then you play like knight d4, attacking the rook. The rook feels loose on that square, but you could still do it. Takes, and knight d4. Maybe just go rook somewhere and it doesn't matter at all. Maybe just go bishop g3 attacking the queen. Maybe bishop d6 in that case. Okay, maybe oh, whoa. Knight e5. Attacking the bishop. This e-pawn is well defended. The queen has vision on the rook, but doesn't matter that much. The rook on h5 feels misplaced. Is it really that good? Maybe just take and put your other rook in the center here. Although this open file doesn't feel that important because the bishop pair controls the open file super, super well. That's the annoying thing about playing against a bishop pair is when they have these two bishops, like they're like really limiting your counterplay. That's what it feels like. Not to say that white isn't for choice here. White probably is. It's because they have more space. Their pieces on more active squares. This rook on h5 is not impressing anyone. This rook on h5 like wandered into the wrong house. Not in a good way. I almost want to play bishop e5 here just to trade off one of the bishops so I can try to infiltrate. That would be my instinct here. And okay, looks like this is officially the last game of the 5+1 portion. We will see if the players want to take a 5-minute break after this or just hop straight into the 3+1. It is entirely up to them here. Keyvan going into the think tank here, making me very, very nervous. Let me set up the timer for the second time control now, actually. Yeah, very long think. I think you know what? I think we might have to go back in the records and see who has taken longer thinks. Mitch Fishbein last year or Keyvan this year. Both have had extremely long thinks in the think tank. And okay, we made progress. Oh, bishop e5 is the move. Wow, look at that. I think Keyvan was just really trying to evaluate that position. He was evaluating this trade, and maybe he was trying to come up with other candidate moves too. So I feel pretty proud of myself for for considering bishop b5. And yeah, maybe knight d7 is next. I mean, look at how spread out Black's forces are, and compared to how White's pieces are all centralized here, pointed towards the center. Definitely feels like White is doing the right things in this position, but definitely has 2 more minutes of time. That's kind of scary for all the Keyvan fans out there. It feels so weird to do that. It feels so weird to do a backwards retreating move. Oh, but I see the idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, the knight's pinned. The knight's pinned. I would have completely forgotten about that pin. And I would have probably played knight d7, I'm not going to lie. Jeffrey's profile picture on chess.com is a group photo with Judith Polgar. Yeah, that's true. That's true over here. I wonder if I can I click on it and not change it? I'm too scared to click on it right now. But yes, I remember seeing that earlier. Okay, so Keyvan's just up a pawn. The rook. Wait, no. Oh my goodness, what just happened? Wait, dude, what? Oh, the rook's trapped. It's really trapped. Whoa. Okay, this is interesting. I wonder if there was another solution. Just take, right? I would probably just take. Oh, no, no, you can't take because then that's a check. Okay, never mind. What? Oh, discovered attack on this pawn. Okay. Keyvan finding all the right moves and not me. I'm expecting a best distinction super soon, and we're going to talk to the players and see if they're going to take that break. Although I guess you never resign when you have a knight and when your opponent has less than 30 seconds. So maybe I'm speaking too soon here. Jeffrey is probably has a lot of, I assume he has a lot of experience grinding out these positions and saving lost positions. He's kind of repeat, go back to, okay, he's not going knight back to c4. He wants to keep an eye on this pawn, centralize his king further. He's going to keep asking Keyvan questions. This is not so simple. Okay, I was going to say like, okay, this game is kind of in the bag here, but no, it's not in the bag. Knight c4 makes a lot of sense. No forks yet. This rook is two diagonal squares away from the knight. There's no forks anytime soon. Keyvan's doing the right thing here. Okay. Beautiful. Knight g6 and going to f4 looks strong. Or maybe going to h4 and attacking this pawn at the right moment. Okay. Okay. King there would be a blunder. King f4 would be a blunder because of rook d4. Jeffrey's got to be very careful and not blunder anything. Okay. Feels like Keyvan's making progress. Can you go... Okay. He opts to trade because you get that check-in. But what's the way to make progress here? You still have this passed c pawn. You want to bring your king closer, but this knight is super annoying. And okay, here it is. The rook being a very long range piece. The knight cannot do a good job here. Even ooh, yeah, king f6, you probably just take the knight. Okay, and let's talk to the players. Alrighty, so the players are taking their 5-minute break, and let's get a close up of this photo here. Okay. Oh man, my whole setup is wrong. But yes, you can. Oh wait, you can't see my cursor. But yes, I think it's Judith Polgar in the very center? Question mark. I don't know. This is too much work for me. I'm not paid well enough to do this. Going back over here. Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think about the games? Keyvan is only trailing by 1 point, but honestly, I was going to say that like if Keyvan wants to stand a chance, I imagine he probably has to be up 2 points before the end of the 5+1. I don't know too much about his bullets, but just knowing Jeffrey, it feels like Jeffrey's gonna be the favorite as the time controls get shorter. Yeah, I'm excited for the 1+1 too. Yeah, the 1+1's gonna be fun. That's usually when all the crazy games happen. I'm already having trouble following these games, as in the players are so much better than me. so, so it's already a struggle, but 1+1 is usually even crazier because um, I don't know what's happening, and I don't know if you guys know what's happening either. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, so far the openings have been real openings. Nothing. There's no dog water openings like the ones that we've seen from the Penn players. We've seen even Justin from Penn just whip out Bong Cloud type of stuff. And Alan from Penn also playing these like hippo type of random stuff like that. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna spend a bit of time to prepare for the next time control. Drink some water, use the restroom, all that jazz. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the 3+1. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Okay, we are back with the second time control. Just an instant rewind here and go through the opening. They played a Roy Lopez. There was no E4 happening in the last time control. And so I actually expect to see Jeffrey switch up more of his openings than Keyvan because I feel like Jeffrey just has a more variety of openings and everything. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I actually don't know too much about all of Jeffrey's different openings. So far, okay, it's pretty, looks relatively balanced. White has a lot more space, and black feels like they're on the back foot a little bit. This bishop on h6 feels good. I don't know how good it actually is. And let's see. Let's update this for a second here. Okay, we have the second time control timer right there then. Okay. This pawn is backwards, but yeah, will Keyvan take at any point? Not sure. There's an X-ray on the queen. This doesn't feel like the very pleasant position for black, but I don't know. Okay, Keyvan's going in the think tank again. I wonder if he's considering whether or not to take. Well, taking and then knight takes, defending this knight doesn't look super special or anything. And then you have these two isolated pawns, which doesn't feel very good. I wonder if you ever want to challenge this bishop on h6. But maybe then bishop g5, attacking the knight there. Wait, what just happened? Okay, this happened. So they traded. But now there's this isolated pawn here. Was that really good trade? Is this knight on c2 really good? This knight on c2 doesn't look very good at all. I'm very unimpressed with this knight on c2. I feel like this knight should go to e3 and then d5 or c4, for example. So I'm not sure if these last few moves have been good for Jeffrey or not. Hard to know for sure, though. Okay. This pawn is pinned, for what it's worth. So you can't play c4. That's my... Oh, wait. Whoopsies. And the game is still going. Okay. Yep. The game has progressed a lot. I'll try to go through it slowly. That pawn is still backwards. The knight is on d5, a beautiful square. What is this knight doing on the edge of the board? It should go back home. And then this knight on c2 is also not impressing anyone. So both of these knights is not very impressive. What did that... Oh my goodness, that's a fork. What? Oh, yeah, that's a fork. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, taking with the queen to keep guard of this d6 pawn. This does not feel very pleasant. Maybe you can go bishop d4 though. The one thing black does have going for themselves is that, hey, this pawn is weak, and hey, the c5 pawn is really nice. If you can use your bishop to take cover of this d6 pawn, then like maybe it's not so bad, but I don't know. I'm not super convinced. Okay, attacking this pawn here. Wait, why can't he just take? Oh, the knight's hanging. Hee. Oh my goodness. Oh, he sacrifices. Oh. Okay, never mind. You're okay. But the idea is, I guess, that now, Jeffrey won an exchange just to give it back. But the idea is, okay, look at this weak pawn now. And and more than that, Jeffrey's just up a pawn. So I think what Keyvan wants to do is trade off these pawns and try to hold this endgame. I think that's what Keyvan wants to do in an ideal world. Wait, that's a hang queen hang. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I definitely saw it. I think that one he's got to chuckle off. You just got to be like, that was stupid. Wipe it off. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I'm sure Jeffrey was giggling to himself a little bit too. Not much you can do about that one. Just play your next one. And I wonder why the players are having a bit difficulty starting their next one. Okay, they started it. I think he maybe needed a second. Just maybe both players needed a second to just wipe that one off. Not. It does not feel good to end a game like that. But hey, it's a new fresh one. Jeffrey has a 2-point lead. Keyvan needs to try to make sure there's minimal leads at all in this game. And okay, this is super interesting. I don't understand these positions. I'm just gonna like this just looks so bad for black. Oh wait, no. Black's up a pawn. Oh yes, this is why. Black is up a pawn. This is why this is okay. Yeah, the imbalance is super cool. If I was playing these positions, I would never know what to do with these pawns, with these queenside pawns, long term at the very least. Okay. Wow. D5. D5 at the right moment is super cool. But now this knight guards the e6 square, so if it takes, they don't even have to take. Jeffrey doesn't have to take with the e pawn. He can take with the knight, which looks pretty good. And if you take this one, then after bishop takes, well now this e pawn is hanging, and you can't push this e pawn because then this d pawn is hanging. This doesn't look super pleasant, but yeah, maybe okay. You take this pawn now. Interesting. And black has a choice. Which pawn do you take? Maybe this one, because it is a center pawn for what it's worth. And Jeffrey says neither? Wait, what? I'm. I don't understand. I don't understand why would you take neither pawn. That seems like the worst option. But whatever. You could take this pawn. Why could take that pawn? Centralizing the queen. I guess you're going to play rook 81 or something like that, or rook fd1. Maybe rotate to queen g4. And you got some attacking ideas. Jeffrey has not committed his king yet, but he's probably still going to castle. This a pawn is weak. It's the ideas you want to free up your knight after the bishop moves. Or after the knight moves, you want to free up your knight after the bishop moves, so your rook has defense of the e pawn. It feels kind of slow though. It doesn't feel very like activity type of thing. But wow, Keyvan's also so patient too, not rushing at all to take the c4 pawn, because that's kind of what would be tempting me. I'm like, okay, c4 pawn, let's go. I'm up a pawn, yippee! But if Keyvan's playing for, I don't know what that move does. I don't know what that move does. $95. I have no idea where those pieces are going. Wow. This. Oh, do you take the knight? Oh, but taking the bishop, you do get that super advanced pawn. Okay, wait. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, is that bishop hanging? No, it's not. No, it's not hanging. No back rank mate. You have to be a bit careful of it. A back rank mate, though, in some positions at least. This b pawn is super loose. Okay, probably a necessary move to cover that b2 pawn. Okay. I wonder if there are any tactics with like back rank mate, but probably not. Probably not. Knight going to d3. Yeah, Jeffrey really improving the pieces here. But on the bright side for Keyvan, he's not getting too low on time here, which would be my biggest concern for Keyvan. I mean that in his last match against Gotham, that was the main thing. Okay. We also saw against his match against Gotham was that he usually got the D pawn rolling almost always to promotion in multiple games. It was actually kind of crazy. I might play Queen E7 here just because it looks pretty when you put it that close to the rook and the king. I don't think it does anything though. It looks menacing. And it defends the pawn. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. And it defends the pawn. Oh my gosh. Keyvan's getting lower on time. This is a bit worrying. This knight is really good, but what are you supposed to do about it? Oh my goodness. Okay. Why can't you just take that pawn? I would just... You gotta... I'm very confused. But he lost his awesome d-pawn, though. Knight c5? No, you can't even go knight c5. I don't understand these moves. For what it's worth. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look great for Keyvan here. Yeah, king g7 makes a lot of sense. You never have checks on this diagonal because of the queen here. You can even go queen... No, you cannot. Yeah, you can't even go queen e5 now because it takes, and the knight guards the rook. If I was Jeffrey, I'd probably go queen e5. Just centralize my queen, put it on a good square. I don't know what that does. Queen e5 still would be my choice. Wait, Jeffrey's like, no. Yeah, that is Jeffrey. Jeffrey just decides to take another pawn, which makes a lot of sense. Although now this c4 pawn could be dropping though, so maybe it's not super simple. Okay. Okay. What? You can just take and go into an endgame? Yeah, I mean, how bad is that endgame actually? Maybe super bad. Oh my goodness. Keyvan's going down a pawn in an endgame again. This is like torture in not a good way. Oh no, the rook trade. Wait, was there a way to avoid that? Was there a way? Maybe you could have gone rook c6 and check, and then like Jeffrey would have had to go back. Maybe rook c6 held it a bit, but now you're just a pawn down in the worst way possible. This is not. Oh yeah, this is not. This is bad news bears in not a good way. Yeah, maybe we resign here. No, okay, you're gonna keep playing on a bit more. See if Jeffrey can do it. Oh my gosh. Whoa, wait, 3 pawns? Wait, hold up. I'm a fan of this. I see the vision. I lied. This is an awesome vision. Okay, still losing, but that visually speaking, that's pretty cool. Hey, you're so close. You're only 1 square away. I'm getting... well, also the king's way too close as well, but still. Oh man, I wish that pawn got 1 square further, and then it was like a very theoretical end game. That would have been cool. Okay, they should be starting their next game in the next 5 seconds. Yeah, that one was a tragic one for Keyvan. We see Keyvan losing in like almost the same way in all these matches or all these games, where almost like every loss is like just an end game down a pawn. Like that's the hard part about that is that it lasts a while, and it uses up a lot of match clock time for whatever that's worth. Okay, we see another Roy Lopez. I think it's difference. No, I think it's the same as the one that we've seen before in the last game. Heyo, RTD67, Ethan, how you doing? Hi. And Ali Reza Kapoor, go Keyvan. Yep, we got the Keyvan fans out there, and I'm sure we got some Jeffrey fans too. Keyvan has been losing some end games. Jeffrey's been really grinding them out, being up on the clock and slowly converting. But Keyvan's also been blowing Jeffrey off the board in a couple of games too, so it's not super easy. This game looks relatively balanced, very locked position, very different than our first Roy Lopez game. Wait, I would probably play Bishop A6 here just because I think my light square bishop sucks. Yeah, that's interesting. And maybe you can play F3 and play Connect 4. We want me to help? Oh yeah, yeah. I can. I will DM you some stuff actually. Hmm. Let's see here. And let's see. Okay, let's see here. So, wow. Jeffrey has this isolated B pawn, and Keyvan has this really nice bishop on D4. And let's see here. Hey, Ethan.
Hello.
Awesome, awesome, cool. The stream can hear you. They cannot see you yet. You cannot see my camera, Ethan, but not yet at least. But I'd have to shut down OBS and restart it, I think, to get it working on Google Meet. But yeah, we'll make do for
Oh yeah,
now.
that's totally fine.
Let's see. So what have you been thinking about the match so far? I don't know how much you've seen of it.
Yeah, I just joined like a game ago, but it seems pretty close. But I mean, the last two games, I feel like Jeffrey's both been playing pretty well. So, um, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like so far it feels like Jeffrey is either winning game by being a pawn up in the end games, or Kayvon's been getting like winning positions from the middle game. It's like it
Mm.
feels like those are the two types of games we're getting. So
And by the way, how do you guys usually do this? Like, should I be watching the Twitch stream or should I be spectating like the chess.com
you
stream directly?
usually we have people just watching spectating the chess.com games
Okay,
directly. Yeah. Good
that
question.
makes sense. Yeah.
Good question. I don't know how the big boy streamers do it for chess.com. I don't know.
I
And
just want something where I can see like your face and the game at the same time.
yeah, that would be ideal. Would be
But this,
ideal.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, it felt like Jeffrey was getting checkmated, but now he's not checkmated. Although it's pretty close, but he's not.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh, okay. Vaughn is playing black. I thought he was white. Okay, then yeah, actually I like black's position. Yeah, somehow he survived. Like a minute ago when I saw this, it looked really bad, but now, hmm, I don't see an easy way to win for black.
window.
Okay, bishop f2. That's an interesting try. Rook h2. Yeah, that seems like a strong move. Now black has to somehow untangle from this pin.
And Keyvan is so low on time here.
Yeah, he is. Rook f3 makes sense. Yeah, but now the attack is gone, and you're down a lot of pawns. Hmm. Maybe Black should have just taken on g5. Yeah, yeah, this looks rough.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's crazy how much this game turned.
Yeah, I feel like White could just move the knight and start pushing the d pawn now, and like Black's pieces are too stuck to do anything.
Yeah, that makes sense. And knight f5 check and this push. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, looks like that's what he's doing. You can never like leave your rooks, or else you lose your bishop. Oh, okay. No, he's going for something else. Oh, the knight's coming to g4, so he wants to win the bishop directly.
That's also pretty reasonable.
Yeah, though there could be some tricks. No, okay, no time.
No time for said tricks, yeah. Oh my goodness. Like out of curiosity, how much have you played against either of these players much at all?
I don't think I've actually played either. I can check. Oh, no, no, no. Wait, what? Oh, wait, let me go to the profile so I can check my record against them.
Like for example, Jeffrey has played Corey like randomly in the chess.com pool. So
Apparently, I have one draw against Keyvan. That was probably during the qualifying
oh,
tournament. We made a draw
probably.
somehow. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not really familiar with their styles or anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do you have any insight on like how these players like to play?
No, not too much. But when the first match against when Kayvon played against Gotham actually, that one it just to me it just feels like Kayvon's a very correct player. Like it
Hmm.
just he takes his time and like plays like good moves, doesn't play any junk, doesn't swindle, doesn't seem much of a swindler. Um, like he kind of if you saw any of Gracie's match, like him and Gracie are definitely like they're like correct players.
Okay,
I
I
think
see.
I think you would also fall in my head as a more correct player compared to like
I
some
see.
like Alan. Like Alan's a very dirty, like not as correct.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like and Jeffrey would
yeah.
also go in my category of less correct. So
Yeah, but maybe like better under time pressure or
yeah,
something. Yeah, I see what you're
and we've been getting a lot
saying.
of positional games for sure from both players. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an interesting position. I definitely like White's position here, but it's not that easy to see how to make progress exactly. Yeah, bishop f5 is definitely an idea. Oh, b6 first. That's nice if it works. Um, what's happening here? Oh, I'm not sure this works because if you take the knight now, you can just take back, right? So you have to take the bishop first. But I guess this is fine. There's no more fork on b7 because you took with the rook on d8.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, another knight maybe could go to a4. You could maybe play knight a4. I'm not sure how much. Oh, knight a4. And if they protect with a rook, you can even take on b6, and then you have a c5 fork
Oh,
coming up.
nice vision.
Yeah, so they'd have to protect it with maybe the knight or the queen. Seems good. Okay, he goes for the trade of knights instead. Yeah, and I don't like this quite as much because when you like take all the pieces off, then your positional advantage kind of like goes away.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it feels a lot more dry now with only one pair of rooks and no minor pieces. So
Yeah, I've never really understood how to play these positions properly. It just feels like there's nothing happening. But like if I mistake, then there will be something happening for the other side.
yeah, I can understand that feeling. I will say one memory popped up in my head from Kayvon's last match where he had like maybe like 2 minutes and like a winning position against Gotham, and he thought for like 2 minutes and like found like a maiden six that was like beautiful.
Wow.
I was like, it's like when I say correct, like that's like, like yeah, he's like
Mm.
he found that. So
Yeah, so he went for d5. Actually, I think I had rook e8 check there, and they could take on c6 after that. I think that looked pretty winning. But this one is
oh yeah, that's an interesting
hard.
thought
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, because it's hard to push the pawn. You might just be losing the. Well, no. There's rook e8 check and d6. That looks very good, actually. Unless black can get a perpetual, um, that pawn is super strong.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh
Oh,
wow,
queen d4, that's nice.
man, yeah, that pawn's probably just gonna be rolling.
Yeah, black will. Oh, I would say the queen needs to get to d7, but there's actually not an easy way to get back to d7. So not sure what black's gonna do. I guess you'd have to go back to d8, but that looks really bad.
Oh yeah, I guess he's making that journey back to. Wow, leave it to
So
Jeffrey finding the correct defensive task there.
yeah, but there's no clear win for white because if the queen could get to e8, like right now, that'd be winning. But the black king. Should the king come over? I'm actually unsure. Yeah, king g8. That seems the best way because otherwise there's a check on e5, which might be scary.
Oh man, I gotta grab a paper towel to kill this stink bug.
Yeah, this might actually just be a draw. White will just threaten queen c8. The king will come over to f8, and then the queen will come back to d6 to stop it from getting closer. I don't see a good way to push the pawn through.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
and a
kind of messy.
draw.
Yeah,
Okay, there's
black can stop the pawn with the king. Yeah.
so yeah, it looks like 2 minutes and 45 seconds left of the second time control. So we will
Okay.
yeah, so this should be the last game.
Hmm.
And it looks like yeah, I mean if Keyvan doesn't win this one, then almost assuredly won't win this match.
Oh, because it's already the 3+1 time control,
Yep,
right?
yep, already the 3+1. Um wow, Jeffrey changing it up. He's played D4, he's played E4, and now he's playing Knight of 3. So
Mm.
although I guess yeah, I guess the games in the 5+1 were more like what were they like? They were like Queen's Gambit declines type of or Slavs. They were more Slavs. Um
I see. Yeah, the openings have been mostly like out of my knowledge. I exclusively play E4, so
yeah, you have a very combative
yeah.
repertoire. So
Now it kind of looks like a Sicilian a little bit, but
yeah.
yeah, I think black is doing fine here. The D6 pawn isn't that weak. Oh, but yeah, the D5 square, it's a little weak, but it might be okay. The knight comes back to F6 or something like that.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm not sure where this knight on A3 is going.
I guess they would want to go to a square to control D5, but it's not that easy. Well, now it can go to D4,
Yeah, that
which
makes
looks
it
pretty
easy
good.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
knight D4, queen D7.
Oh,
But black's knight is coming to D3, I guess.
yeah, definitely would prefer that D3 knight to over the D4 one, but I don't know.
Okay, now the knight wants to go to F4. Maybe trade with the D3 knight. E5, yeah. I was wondering if this was possible. Looks
Wow.
good, if it works. Okay,
Now you could
now
go.
knight F. I don't
Yeah.
think you can play knight f4 because some back rank stuff at the end.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so he goes h3 first.
This makes sense.
So black gets one tempo, but I don't think it's enough to, yeah, just moves the queen. Oh, you can still play knight f4. Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah, the pawn's not hanging. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yep, the timer is officially done by now. So after this game, we expect the players to take their 5 minute break.
Okay. Okay. Maybe black's. I was gonna say black should be slightly favorable here, but white's kind of active. Not sure if the rook should go to c2, but then you allow some back rank stuff. So yeah, queen c6. Oh, but this was the f pawn.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, queen c2, queen d2. Okay, white sort of stabilized the extra pawn.
I thought I got the stink bug, but then I didn't. It crawled out of the paper towel and just kept going. That's crazy.
Damn.
Okay. Anyways, wow. Yeah, this
Mm.
game it feels like it just slipped out of Keyvan's hands.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he ever had like a really overwhelming position, but it looked like he was slightly better. But now I think only white can be better, probably. Unless black like somehow no, even if you assemble your pieces on the first rank, there's not even a clear checkmate there, so
Yeah, G4. Yeah, that makes sense. He can't defend it.
yeah, this is tough. Okay. It doesn't yeah. If you trade then the queen comes to check on e4, so there's no time to even win the a pawn.
Hmm.
Okay. Queen d8. Now queen e4 check is just winning. Okay, you missed it, but maybe. Yeah, now it's a bit less winning, but it might still be winning because there's no fork on the back rank anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rook e8 and king f7. It actually looks safe, I guess. Okay, now there's a real threat. Rook e8 and then queen comes back to e4. That's gonna be bad if that's allowed. Okay, now there's just a queen trade. Yeah, this is also winning.
Okay. Resignation. Okay, so Ethan heard me, but the stream did not. So the players will be utilizing their 5 minute break. So so yeah, and I'll also use this time for myself to just reset the stream here, and get the cameras working for me and Ethan. And so stay tuned. We'll be back in like a few minutes. Okay, we are back here, and now you can actually see Ethan's webcam here, and the players have started. Loading for the stream here. Okay, what's happening here, Ethan?
Okay, well, I just got into this. Let me
Okay, yeah.
see. What was this, a French?
Yeah, it was
Okay, it looks like French. But black has traded off. I think black's position's fine because they trade off a light squared bishop early. So I'm a fan of black's position here. Um, ooh, taking. I don't know if I. But queen c4. Okay, I like that idea. Okay, the endgame is definitely at least equal for black, but I would say black's probably better here. Okay, trading.
yeah. This knight
Yeah,
on e2 is like serving a defensive task as of now. So,
yeah, yeah,
but both knights don't seem very good though.
yeah. Not great. G6, I'm unsure about it. I probably would have tried like some sort of f6. I guess black could still go for it if they want, but now they can't recapture it with the pawn. Otherwise, it's hard to see how black makes progress. Yeah, now this allows to a5. So now white's sort of opening up the position for the rook.
Yeah, suddenly those both of these rooks are so well placed out of nowhere.
Yeah. You might just be losing a pawn. Yeah. I didn't see a good way to get out of that situation. So, yeah, now white's definitely for choice.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about how that just the two rooks in the C file never became
Oh,
good.
that's terrible. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And just resigns.
Yep. Jeffrey really flexing his bullet skills there. Um, going from an equal
Yeah.
position
Well,
to very winning very quickly.
they might be playing a bit too fast because they still had a lot of time at the end uh, in that losing position because of the 1 second increment. But
Hmm.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah, maybe they still haven't adjusted to the 1+1, and they're still playing it like 1+0.
Yeah. Okay, Black's Queen's going on an adventure. I thought it was going to go back to e7, but I guess not. Okay, wait. Oh, it's actually hard to deal with this threat on g2. Yeah, so f3. Now you're losing the e3 pawn,
Oh my goodness.
but maybe it's okay. Watch out for tricks on the c3 knight. Okay, quick d3. I like that move. Okay.
He's got the gun.
Yeah. Alekine's gun. So actually, it'd be better if the queen was at the very back and the two rooks were in the front. Then he actually could have taken the bishop there. Oh, but this looks great either way.
Wow. So he got his pawn back plus interest.
Yeah, yeah. And the knight's coming to c6. I think it's just winning. Yeah, you get the two pieces, or even check. Yeah, that's good too. Either one. Now there's a check on e7.
Don't blunder back rank mate, but
Oh yes, I was
that's
about to blunder
I was
that.
also about to blunder that.
Yeah, if you played like 95 right now, that'd be sad. Okay, h3, good move. Oh my god, the knight's going to b6. How do you even stop that? It's literally unstoppable.
Yeah, these rooks do not have squares to go to.
Yeah, it's like the worst rooks ever. Or e5, sure. Can also go e5. Yeah.
Awesome.
It
Yeah.
was definitely still winning for white, but the simplest was probably just knight to b6. But as long as white doesn't blunder, I'm sure this is still winning. Knight to b6. There we go. That rook is trapped.
That's
Nice move.
nuts.
Okay. Yeah, you got to reorganize your pieces a bit. But yeah, it's so lost. Oh, their bullet ratings are like pretty similar to their blitz ratings, actually.
Yeah, that's actually true. I didn't realize that for Keyvan too. Like it's almost the exact same for both
Yeah.
players.
Yeah, now Keyvan's got to find the fastest path to checkmate. Yeah, bishop c4. Okay, that was pretty fast.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess this isn't. Is this still possible for him to come back? I don't
Uh,
know how much time there is.
it's already 9 minutes left, which is kind of crazy.
9 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty tough then.
Yeah, and these need to be sharp tactical battles and not these long drawn out end games that have been
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
characterizing most of the match so far. So
hmm Queen b3. I thought he was gonna play 94.
yeah,
Thought that was the point. But
94 definitely seemed pretty. Oh,
okay,
nice.
a6. That's nice. I thought it was a blunder, but not. I would have blundered my queen there for sure. Okay, now 94. And is it actually a blunder? Queen g6 maybe, and you're still fine. Oh, queen d8. Yeah, that also works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, now there's rook c5. Rook c5, and you can take on d5, right? Because the queen is nowhere good to go. Yeah, has to go to b4, a3.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wait, oh, but they can take with the rook. Wait, what? What's happening? Oh, it still works. You just take back. Oh, okay, okay. That's a nice tactic. Knight of 4. That's ambitious. Not keeping the free pawn. What's going on now? You can play knight h3 or knight e2, but
Oh
I don't
no,
know if
knight e2 is covered by. Oh wait, no, the knight on f3 is hanging.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
you can take on f3. I'm not sure how good this is though. Queen comes to yeah, that makes sense. But not sure how to break through. Yeah, just h5. Sure.
Wow, simple man. But yeah, once again, these very long, drawn out end games.
Yeah,
So,
black is probably for choice here, but actually, yeah, now black's just up a pawn, so definitely could be winning. Probably is winning.
yeah.
Okay, don't blunder king e7. Okay, nice g6. That would have been a bad
that
fork.
that is a nice touch.
Whenever there's like a knight endgame and you're bringing your king out, like there's always those forks like hovering around there.
That's very true.
Yeah. Oh, that's a free knight. Nice.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, nice. Queen of 5. Good find.
The quickest checkmates. I think Keyvan is that's what he's known for. Quickest checkmates. You will find he will find the quickest checkmate.
d5. So this is like a Benoni now. Okay.
Yeah.
This is more similar to. I mean, I play the King's Indian, so it's kind of close, but I never really played the Benoni. It's similar spirit though. I have to say that the bishop doesn't look great on b7, but maybe that's what's supposed to happen.
I
Okay,
don't
now is
know.
there e5 and b6?
I could never get behind these positions in terms of like playing them. I got them was
Hmm.
playing a lot of Bononis too, against Kayvon, and I was just like, I don't know, this just doesn't feel good
He
like
plays the
ever.
e5 and b6. Yeah, looks Looks like white should have something, but not sure what.
Yeah, these advanced pawns are nuts.
Maybe just 95. That looks good. And there's 97. Okay, e6. That's another idea, but I'm not. I didn't see what this is accomplishing exactly. Yeah, after rook takes e6, h3. But yeah, now. Okay, queen e6. So you win the pawn back, or maybe you don't, because you lose d6.
And you can win a6 if you want to, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Now, white might as well take a6, right? Probably. $95. What's going on? Oh, 97. Nope, didn't find it.
Oh yeah, 97. Fork
Okay, instead,
removes.
yeah, that just loses a bishop. Uh-oh. Maybe playing a bit too fast. Yeah, this is really bad. I think you're just losing in the knight on d5 too.
Yeah, losing the whole house, not in a good way. So
Yeah. Okay, nice find.
yeah, that's one of the most funny situations. Like I don't know, I just giggle to myself a little bit in positions where it's like when you sacrifice the queen for it to like just not be like a winning sacrifice, it's just like an equal sacrifice. It's a trade or something like that.
Yeah.
I It's funny that way.
Okay, Vaughn's rating is actually going up a lot. So maybe he's provisional in bullet. Like he hasn't played that much.
Yes, I actually think that's true. If I remember, it's been a while since I've checked, but I believe he doesn't really play bullet that much, as far as I know.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, this is was this a French? Kind of.
Like
Yeah.
I remember for Gracie, she played one bullet game in like the last 12 months before her match against Alan. So yeah, some of these players don't play that much bullet.
Maybe 94 was possible on some of the moves before. Now it's probably not. But 94 and bishop c5 might have been an idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
okay, now something like this. Okay, rook f3. Yeah, rook f3. That looks good. Bishop c6 looks nice. Okay, that was just a blunder. Oh no, it wasn't. There's bishop e4. I didn't see that.
I also
Mistaken.
I also did not see that.
Oh, there was rook f8. Wasn't there rook f8? Maybe it didn't do that much.
Yeah. I Wow.
Yeah, I feel like they're playing too fast because the 1 second increment makes it like a 3-0 game. It makes it feel like a 3-0 game to me because you get like all your time back in the opening.
Yeah. Well, the fastest time control I can play is 3+2, so so it's all too
Wait,
fast.
is this mate? H6? Did he need H6? Could he have just played? Oh yeah, H6. He need H6.
Can you play
Um,
G5?
yeah, G5 and King G7. That looks like mate to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kayvon finding the
very
fastest
nice.
mate. Finding the fastest mate always.
Okay, Queen F3, Queen F3. Yes, Queen F3, and now it's mate. Either Queen F7 or yeah.
Wow. Okay. 30 seconds left of this last time control. So hopefully Kayvon can end it on a good note. Yeah, I think he won the last two games with the French, or his last two black games with the French. So it's been working out really well for him.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I don't know if you're following the World Championship, but do you remember how like Ding was playing the French a
Oh
lot
yeah.
against Gukesh? Yeah. There was a funny thing that happened where at a super tournament in Prague, like Vincent Kamer, he was playing white and he lost in the French to Prague, and Kamer was one of Gukesh's seconds, so he must have been prepping the French a lot, but he still lost with it as white.
Wait, that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, but okay, now we have like a Banco. really weird one. I have no idea what's going on here, but looks like usually when the knight gets to b5 and it's like kind of safe in the banco, it's a sign of good things for white. And this looks pretty good for white, yeah.
Huh.
King is not very safe. Queen f5 is maybe no, like bishop e8. Okay, yeah. No need to get too fancy. Queen h7. That's nice. So the threat is just rook f1. Looks pretty hard to stop. Yeah. Oh, there's queen b2 now, but you're still losing the rook in the corner. Okay.
Oh wait,
Let's
queen
just...
Okay, let's get the players in. Let's see. Okay, well, we're gonna transition to the waiting screen for the stream and get things set up here. So for people watching, stay tuned for the post-match interview. Okay, we are back live again, and we have Jeffrey, the winner of today's match, right above me, and Keyvan to my left. Well, firstly, I'll ask you, Jeffrey, what's your first reaction here? How did you feel about the match? Give us your thoughts.
I literally just came out of playing a CCL match, so like definitely not full energy, of course, by all means, because it was like a rescheduled match. Um, uh, I'm happy that I won. It was a great match. Both sides put up a fight. And a lot and a bunch of blunders and stuff.
All right, yeah. And Kevon, I'll turn it to you. Like, how did you feel about the match? What's your feelings from right now?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Congratulations. Very good match. He was playing very, accurate. I'm kind of disappointed. I had better position in so many games. I just kept spoiling and spoiling. So this is what happens when you spoil your better positions. But Jeffrey was great. I was impressed by his performance, and congratulations. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess Jeffrey, I'll ask another question here. So my characteristic of especially the first half of the match is like you went to a lot of these end games, either like up a pawn or then sometimes Kayvon would just like get you in the middle game sometimes. I would like to hear from your perspective, like how did you feel like you were winning these games, and what were your strengths in this match?
I was definitely worse at tactics. I will say that because I missed the maiden two in one of the games. That was the first draw.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
first round was wild.
yeah. If I moved that queen one extra square to the diagonal,
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
I was like,
whoa.
oh shoot! Like I knew there was something wrong about like queen takes d3. I couldn't figure out what. I was like, oh right, there's a freaking knight there. Advice. Yeah, queen 7, queen f7.
Mm.
I feel like definitely time management is in like the longer controls was definitely better. I mean, bullet was like anybody's game because I don't really play bullet, especially on this site, frankly. Like I think the last time I remember seriously playing bullet was probably for that CCL Summer Bullet Championship. Honestly,
Oh, yeah. I feel like neither of you guys were. I think I saw Keyvan's rating was going up like really fast. That's what Ethan pointed out, and so we assumed that like Keyvan didn't play much bullet, but that makes sense too that you don't play much bullet on this site either. So, no. Well, I don't know. Ethan, I know you only hopped in for this very last portion. You had any reactions to this match from from the games you saw?
Not too much. I think they're pretty fun. I like the bullet games. The mating nets were nice. I like the King G7 on the last game. It was very cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, I like to ask you, Jeffrey, like, did you prepare a lot for the openings? I feel like, I guess you were changing a lot of your openings, and then I guess Keyvan changed it to the French for the bullet portion, very successfully, it felt like. So, I don't know, I guess Jeffrey first, like, can you talk about the openings at all or preparation for the match?
I mean, I've played Keyvan one time over the board, the first at the Pens like Spring Swiss or whatever it was, like last year or so. I heard they're trying to redo it, run it back again this year, maybe in April. I'm not sure yet, but I remember that game I played. While I played against the French. It was different line from what I was playing. It was like Bishop D3, and then it was like D takes C4, knight, Bishop takes Knight of 6, Bishop 3, and like it's like some C6, Bishop to E6 or E7, and then like a slow playing sort of thing, and just very positional. I remember that was like the only thing I remember, and I've at least from what I saw in his openings, Keyvan was generally good at tactics, but also like preferred like more solid positions. Though throwing out the window was definitely an interesting choice. From definitely not what I was mostly expecting, to be honest. I was fully expecting like Knight of 6 or something, or some D6 C4 stuff.
Yeah, Keyvan, would you agree with Jeffrey's characterization of you, or how did you feel about the openings, and did you prepare anything at all or anything like that?
Yeah, of course, I was preparing some, lines, but I almost forgot almost all of them. uh, but yeah, I should have considered switching to French sooner, maybe in Blitz, 3 time control, but I kept forgetting. I after end of each game, I said, okay, next game I'm gonna play French, and the game started, and he played E4, and I went E5 immediately. I was, I don't know why, but no, yeah, definitely, no, E5 was not working well for me.
I mean,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
I was trying to switch it up. I didn't want to play like 20 moves of Spanish theory.
Yeah.
Even the increment, I'm not playing out like just like okay, rotate the knight to F1 and then just rook E1 and then just slope A4, C3, D4, H3, all the usual stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Jeffrey, I guess you'll probably have your eyes on the Chris and Corey quarterfinals match because you'll be playing the winner of that one. Is there a player that's out of those two? Are you afraid of one or the other, or are you more afraid of one or the other? Like, or are you hoping one of them makes it? Have any thoughts on your next potential matchup?
Nothing like I'm afraid of one per se. Just more so like it's just gonna be an interesting match depending on which way you look at it. It could be, I guess, an upset either rating wise or just seed wise.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be a very interesting match, especially since Corey's probably like a first time competitor to this format, and most of the players, at least in this bracket, in the entire bracket, were like PA, New Jersey, or New York residents, and then Corey's from Michigan, so it's definitely very different.
Yeah, get that outsider out of here. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I guess for people watching or listening, I guess where will you guys be playing chess next? I guess for Jeffrey, you're gonna be playing the semifinals match, but I guess you guys play mostly chess in Philadelphia, the Philly area. Is that right for both of you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess if there's like another Penn Swiss or anything like that, people will see you there and stuff. But yeah, I guess we can let everyone go back to their Sunday evening. Unless anyone else has any comments or questions or anything like that, or anything like they like to say to the stream at all, I think we can call it a day, I guess. Right. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for participating. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Thank you for playing Keyvan. And thank you for joining me in this last portion, Ethan. And I guess we'll see you guys in the next. Well, see you guys as in the viewers in the next quarterfinals match.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you.
Have a good night. Bye.